All the links will be in the descriptions.
Say it again. All the links will be in the descriptions.
Hello there and welcome back to another episode of Definitely Serious. I'm Kieran.
And I'm Joe.
Welcome, good sir.
Well, welcome as well, mate.
Oh, you pulled that back.
Yeah, good.
Welcome.
Welcome. Well, it was weird that you said it, to be honest.
Yeah, actually, why was I welcoming you here?
Yeah, we should be welcoming the audience.
Welcome, yeah.
To
I
what?
I did say welcome back. So in a way,
Fairs.
I just messed up. I'm human.
After all, Dune Part Two.
You won't believe this, but this actually leads on from our previous episode, Dune Part 1.
No way.
Yes, it does.
That
it
is
does.
next level. We're just a level above.
No one's doing it like we are.
Do you know anyone else's top 100 in Greece?
Actually,
Shout out John Travolta.
We are. Yeah, we are. That's actually. We should announce that we are in the top 100 in Greece. We're very
Thank you.
appreciative towards that.
Yeah.
I wasn't. That genuinely did come as a surprise to me.
I had to double take. I had to fact check it after we posted it to the
Kieran's
story.
lied to me there. He's edited this photo. Wouldn't be the first time I've
You'd
done
made
something
it
like
public,
that.
and I was like, "Nah, I got it wrong here."
By the way, actually, we received a
donation.
That'll be another time, mate,
That'd
in
be
another
really
lifetime.
useful.
We wouldn't try now. How many times do we have to beg?
Yeah, please. I'm on my knees.
We received a little marketing thing. Someone was reaching out for us to kind of follow them.
Ooh, what did you say?
And I didn't reply because then I clicked on their profile and they have quite a lot of followers, but are following 100 people. In relation to their followers is insane. I was like,
okay.
So you've messaged us,
Oh wait, this is
sort out our page, and gone, we're not going to follow them, but we're going to message them. We're going to click on their profile, message them, and then go, can you follow us? Like, if surely, where's my game?
Yeah.
What about you scratch my
They follow
back?
the farm, don't they?
Yeah, so I didn't appreciate that, so I ignored them.
Yeah, fuck them.
But hey, that's when you're top 100 in Greece, you've got to expect stuff like this.
Mate, I'm better not. I've had to cancel my weekly trip to Greece.
Your weekly, whereabouts in Greece, mate?
Athens.
I did try to catch you out there.
See, it's a little spot. You
But
might not
thankfully,
have heard of it.
We'll edit that out so it makes it look like you answered that in a good amount of time.
Oh, yeah, I really did have to think.
Yeah.
I nearly said Rome.
It's a different culture entirely.
Relatively similar,
So,
though.
we're doing Dune today. We're going to be speaking about many different things.
Many different things. We got
political and religious. We're going to get a bit deep in it. We're going to deep dive. Probably not deep as some other people.
Yeah, not as deep as some of the scenes in this film.
No, but it will be funny because that's the way we're going to have to
That's
try
the
to deal
only
with
way,
the
yeah.
severe themes in this film.
Yeah, genuinely one of the most horrific shots of anything I've ever seen is in this movie.
Ooh,
We'll get into that.
I'm excited.
It's on paper, it's not, but with context, I was like, I can't believe what I'm seeing right now.
Just want to say as well, if you want to support the Definitely Serious brand, the links for everything will be in our description. So whatever platform you're on.
Do you want to sort out your mic thing, by the way, mate? You puff. You think it's not on properly. Can you not see it?
Oh, silly me.
I imagine it's fine, and if it's not, that's awkward.
Oh, that's awkward. I was just pulling it off the entire time.
Oh, wow.
What?
Sorry, are you still grabbed to Paul the entire movie?
So no matter what platform you're on,
Mm-hmm.
these bloody links will be there to go and support us on other pages.
Yeah, go.
Eventually the Patreon link will be on there.
Yeah, and I'm just saying, follow these other pages, because there might be some different vibes going over.
Instagrams, definitely pod. Twitter, definitely pod. YouTube, believe it or not, is definitely pod.
TikTok.
Definitely Serious podcast because definitely pod, I believe, is taken.
Get fucked.
I ate them.
Yeah, you ate them.
I ate them physically.
Bro thinks he's
Baron.
Yeah, all the bitches. What are they called?
Oh,
darlings. His darlings.
His darlings. Yeah, let's get into that later. Forgot about that.
Is there enough time?
That's what Denis was saying about this film.
No, literally, there's so much.
Yeah, so I'm ready to get into it. But yeah, please come and support us. By the way, we're on Instagram Threads. I don't know if it's going to be successful or not, because I don't know if anyone uses that, but it's just every little helps.
Are we on Be Real as well?
No, we're not.
Be Real, that's a stupid idea.
Oh, the joke. So that actually took me a weird amount of time to get.
Yeah, no, I thought the joke was just I repeated the name of the application.
Yeah. So you didn't have to do yourself like that. It was a good joke, man.
No, I'm going at you, mate. It was quite a simple joke and it was funny.
I was lying. It was a bit shit.
We'll let the audience decide.
Well, I'll make a poll.
Poll on Spotify.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what? Yeah.
Get some of that interaction in.
Ooh.
Help the algorithm. We've planned this whole thing. We've manipulated them.
This was scripted.
Into an authentic moment, but we've just manipulated them.
For
quite like
centuries.
the themes of this theme of the film.
Oh, so we're actually getting into the film.
Let's get into the film.
So
mate.
where do you want to start? We'll try not do a run by run through.
Just give me the general thoughts now. Hit me with them now.
Same things happened. I don't love it as much as everyone else seems to, but I enjoyed it. Ultimately, if I'm not being a cynical man,
you had a positive experience.
Yeah, that's one thing. As a film, maybe not 10 out of 10. But as an experience in cinemas, 10 out of 10, 11 out of 10.
Definitely one of the best we've done.
I would go as far to say the best. Or Dune 1. Do you know what I mean?
I liked Infinity War in IMAX opening night.
If you include the occasion as well. Yeah. Okay.
That was a big one.
That was one of my closest ever calls as well, but we won't speak about that.
Anywho.
Ooh.
I thought, Joseph.
I didn't ask, but go on.
I thought it was an absolutely stellar film.
Oh, Inter.
Wrong director. I thought it was amazing. I genuinely thought it was amazing. I loved it.
Yep.
I like how it feels very different to the first one.
Yep. Okay. I don't, but go off.
Do you disagree?
Yeah.
We'll get into that. We'll dive into
We'll dive in.
Dissect that. The soundtrack, but still amazing. The performances in this were amazing. There's some really standout performances. Just a really good sequel in terms of building upon the story and the world. Obviously, I know this thing exists.
Yeah.
I was just absolutely blown away by the experience as well. We saw it in IMAX Tuesday night, and it's still packed.
Yeah, if you're not seeing it in IMAX, don't see it.
I've been saying this today. Obviously the amount you miss because it's all filmed in IMAX, and then of course it's the sound of the IMAX experience cannot.
So is that different as well? Yeah.
Yes.
I couldn't. Yeah.
Yeah, you can tell.
Okay,
you can feel it.
I was gonna
quite literally.
I don't know if I can ever watch Dune at home. I mean Dune and Part 2 as well. Just Dune.
Yeah, you can, but it's nowhere near the same.
Yeah, but game's the game, innit?
I know that's a beautiful thing to me. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, because it's something special seeing it.
Because obviously everyone, because we've all done it, watch something on our phone, on a movie, and that's on our iPad, and that's
remember
fine.
the iPad days, man.
But as long as you actively realise this is not what it was meant to be. It's the same way if you watch a theatre.
Yep.
A pirated version of a theatre show, or even just anything on your TV.
That sounds awful.
There's nothing you can compare to just being in there.
Imagine
some things are just tailored for that experience.
Imagine the Les Mis. If we watched the Les Mis, but it was
iPhone, it's just not good.
That's awful. It's like is it John Boyega?
Is it? You tell me.
Don't know, is it? The Star
Wars guy.
Yeah. You know what? Fuck it. His name's John now. John Boyega.
It is. You got it right.
Oh, okay. Why did you not just?
No, because I don't know if you. Well, I didn't know the context of who you were talking about.
Oh yeah.
You could have just gone. Is it Helen Mirren?
Could be. Fair enough.
It could be.
It's like his advert, mate. You know where that guy's watching on his phone with his earphones in.
Yeah.
And then they love to interject dinosaurs, mate, because the new Jurassic World movie's coming out.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck off. It's like that advert, though, mate.
Good point.
Watch it in the premium, and I agree.
So you don't think...
Hit me.
It's drastically different to the first?
No, I do.
Oh.
I think it's different, and I don't like that it's different.
Oh, right.
I felt the first... We sort of discussed it earlier, because we actually talk.
We are actually close friends.
Crazy. Yeah, looking at you, shits and giggles, mate.
Oh, my God. You had to get it in there.
I had to. We should be in there. Anyway, I discussed it with you outside. The vibe in the second one, it felt a bit more casual.
Do you think so?
I felt so. I felt the first one, I was like, oh my God, shit's going on. But the second one, I didn't get that as much.
I would agree for the first hour, But I feel like that was necessary purely because if you're coming off the back of the first one, all that mad stuff's just happened. You need this to just kind of ease back into
The
it.
first one got right into it, though.
But did it?
Yeah, I think it's because the casual stuff felt bigger, though, but that might have just been the vibe. You know, like the places they were walking around were bigger than just
desert
sand.
and caves. Yeah,
I didn't feel the sense of scale as much either.
I disagree.
Like, you know, like the scene in the first one of the sand miner.
Yeah,
And I was blown away, mate.
yeah.
I didn't feel that in this film.
I did, especially when you go to Gedi Prime and you see all the bar and stuff and all that arena segment, and then with all the ships, and you know when at the end the Emperor's ship like is crashing down, and it's like a meteor. Really good imagery, by the way.
Yeah, yeah.
That sort of scale, and when this thing flying over the city, the nukes.
I think it might have been a lot of the things I felt potentially didn't particularly have any scale. Do you know what I mean? Like with the sand miney thing, there was I don't know, because that's just in sand. But like I didn't feel like there was any of those shots from above, looking at something massive type thing. But that might have been intentional, because it's a different perspective now.
There was though that in that the only one I can think of is when he's walking through the crowd near the end. I think there was more scale to do with people. Like, you know, when he lifts the sword and he walks to the cliff.
Yeah, it's a more personal scale.
Like when it's just a shot of him walking.
Yeah, it's not like inanimate objects.
Yeah,
okay.
Instead of like big spaceships.
Yeah, okay, yeah. That's, fairs.
Did it deliver on... Let's get a bit crazy with it. Let's get serious for a second.
Definitely.
Go on. I knew it was going to happen.
Could have just let it roll. And that would have been really cool.
I don't know why I didn't. Sorry, mate.
We'll do that from now on.
That won't happen again.
Oh, it definitely will.
Seriously.
Did it
deliver on like the religious manipulation?
We're getting into that.
Let's go for it. Why not?
Well, I think, Kieran, and this is going to be said really organically because we didn't get halfway through this conversation earlier. I think it resembled modern day politics more than religion. I don't know if that's just me and how the climate is today.
Expand on it.
It may just because my experience with religion isn't the same as what's his name, the author.
Frank Herbert.
I wouldn't have had the same experiences as he had.
Yeah.
We're like, 60 years apart now. Mm-hmm. So that's obviously fair.
Yeah.
And politics now, it's all weird. I think my biggest bit it's to do with what's the word here? The celebrity of... My two main examples are American politics.
What a surprise.
And have you heard about the Argentina thing? They voted a guy in. He pulls out a chainsaw semi-regularly in like interviews and stuff. Not to harm anyone, that's just like he's... for like pictures. Yeah. And in his spare time, I kid you not, he dresses like Peter Pan. Not cosplay, like legitimate clothing. And it's like politicians, and this is the same in, what's his name, Hubert?
Frank Herbert.
Herbert.
Let's roll with that.
Yeah, Hubert. No, Herbert. In Herbert's time, it would have been religious figures. Now it's politicians. People with this much power shouldn't be this...
Gimmicks.
Yeah, they shouldn't be this revered. Do you know what I mean?
Idolised.
They become larger than life. We spoke about it in, I think it was a knock at the cabin episode.
Yeah.
Where it's like if Trump got killed. AI. It was the AI discussion.
Yeah.
Which I think was in that episode. So go listen to it if you haven't.
Check it out.
If people made like a video of Trump getting like drone striked, the amount of people that would go mental and whatnot at that, I think that's just Paul.
No, I'm glad you've brought this up because we can go deep here.
Yeah. Sometimes
we can say smart things, not the Santa hat.
The Santa hat!
Again, that just completely undermined everything I just said about us. Anyway.
Deep. Yeah, let's dive into it.
So, one, obviously these Middle Eastern religions and just religious control were a massive influence on Dune. Mm-hmm. But what was also a massive influence was, the time that Herbert was in was the Cold War. And these ideas of false prophets in Stalin, Churchill, Mussolini, Castro, Mao, just so many different, like even like people like Thatcher and stuff, like they form like cults.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, there you go. That just proves what you were saying. It is, because this series as well is also intricately tied with politics, and it's the politics that causes these fake religions. Just
yeah,
because even back well, I mean, I might say some controversial things here, but how
no way.
politics, it wasn't politics then, but was used as a foundation of religion to control people, which is an undeniable fact. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying anything else. It's just
it happened with
the witch hunters.
The Norse lot.
Yeah,
their whole thing got fucked, man. Because Christianity can control the people.
Just that idea of just how easily we just flock. It's like you find it in celebrities where people idolize celebrities and stuff.
Taylor Swift.
As we've got a bucket.
That was ironic.
How we just idolize these people, but they're just normal human beings. Mm-hmm. But because they've got this status, we're willing to do things. Like even like something as satirical as The Boys explores this in terms of Homelander.
That is very on the nose.
Yeah,
The Boys.
Yeah, but like how we just rallying behind these people doing horrible things in the name of just so they can vindicate our beliefs.
Yeah,
which is literally Paul.
Yeah, it's sad, isn't it?
And people only think of that negatively sometimes in terms of like Hitler, how he radicalized the nation like that quickly.
Yeah.
But there's like positive people like who we just
Gandhi.
rally behind. Yeah.
Martin Luther King.
Yeah.
Malcolm X. Do you know what I mean?
It doesn't even have to be political. Like people like mention Michael Jackson to someone, they're crying. Love that guy, but should you?
Yeah, fair point.
I could be missing the mark there, but I could be hitting it.
I think you've hit it, mate. We just need to chill out sometimes.
Yeah, we're just people, guys.
Oh, we
are just a communal thing, and that can, which is not inherently evil, but as we need to be aware of just how easily that has been, and will continuously be exploited by the people in power, because it works.
It is weird though how people work. Like there's football for a second, mate.
Yeah.
About this sort of someone who's on a pyramid, someone's higher up than someone else. An example that happened recently, and I find it so weird, human behaviour, right? Journalist asked Pep Guardiola what's his issue with journalists.
Yeah.
And then Pep's response was, I don't have none, my life's better than yours. And they all laughed. Do you know that sort of like, because you've got to deal with it. You've got to get the thing of the big person. Like, why do people do that? Do you know what I mean? Like, he's just laughed. He's just gone, you're poor, right?
You are lesser than me, and they're going, that's just Pep.
But because they need to.
Because he's got a few trophies, mate. It's okay.
All right, that's unnecessary. But you get what I mean? It's weird how.
I didn't. What does that say that you took that personally, mate?
It's a rough time. But I think it's weird how people we talk about the people on the top of it. They're the issue. But I think we need to look at ourselves sometimes. How easily do we bow?
Look inwards.
Yeah, but you know what I mean,
I remember when I was doing my psychology A-levels, mate.
How'd that go?
Well, mate.
Did you pass?
Yes.
All right.
And there's a lot of stuff in terms of, like, conformity and how we are, like, we just easily conform.
Yeah.
Especially if, like, if you see other people doing the same thing around you, you feel more confident to do it.
Yeah. Weird, innit?
But, yeah, so this series perfectly illustrates it. I just want to break the tension for a second. Just announce to the fans, because they want to know.
Yeah.
We did not get the Dune bucket.
Oh.
But I promise you we will try.
Never seen how much, mate.
How much?
And this one, I don't know. And it won't come with any popcorn.
Oh, I'll fill it up myself.
With what, mate?
Popcorn. Right?
Icing sugar.
Oh, I see the funny joke.
Yeah, no. So we'll get back into the politics, yeah?
No, so anyway, onto the film again.
Yeah.
Sometimes we can go a bit philosophical.
Yeah, give us some reaction to that, because if you don't like it, we'll never do it ever again.
Yeah, we'll never do that ever again, but at the same time, sometimes we do have to say interesting things.
Yeah.
And we are capable of that. We're multi-faceted.
Yeah.
Faceted.
Triple
I like the
threat.
way my accent sounds with that. Faceted.
Faceted. Yeah, I don't think us people are meant to speak that word.
Well, that's the problem, mate, that this film, and we've just addressed. We can.
Southern bias, mate.
So,
talk to Christopher Eccleston
let's
about
get on to...
Well, I've got something, mate.
Go on.
Just because I want to... It could potentially be a little fork in the road. Semi-related, but we can take it somewhere. Just like particular moments in the film.
I was going to do the same thing, mate.
Oh.
I'm loving it, but yeah.
Okay. Well, mine is
go.
related to what we were just talking about, and we discussed it earlier, but I think the people want to hear. So it's the scene when Rebecca Ferguson's character turns up to is it the Southern Tribes, yeah?
Yes.
With the weird worm pit and water. And
the water of life.
The water
I'm familiar.
Of life, mate. the greatest bong of all time or something.
Yeah, let me hit that. Hotbox the water of life.
That's getting cut.
Carry on.
When she turns up and all the people, they're all looking,
Fremen.
and then this. All right, I didn't want to put a label.
I don't
on
want
it.
to label them as a group. They're individuals, Kieran.
Yeah. But they all stood up and just like followed, and I just thought cause it's a relatively simple thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
But just think about, they've got an entire day, yeah, and there's nothing else for them but to see what's related to this thing.
Mm.
Do you know what I mean? That level of like, who's coming to the temple vibes. Mental. And I think that was one of the biggest, because there was a lot of talk about you can't go south. These people are, what was the word they used? Radical.
Radical. Yeah.
No, it wasn't. Fundamentalists.
True.
They're very extreme and whatnot.
Yeah.
And that scene for me confirmed it.
I just want to segue. I will get back onto your thing of telling my favourite moment, but
Okay.
because your scene features what I want to talk about,
Ooh.
Lady Jessica. Probably
Yes.
the most interesting character,
Yeah.
especially in the book, I found. Because we were having this discussion earlier where you were like, she is just the villain.
Mm-hmm.
Like, even more so than Paul.
Yeah, she's actually
To which
evil.
to which I would agree with. And I said I had a reference.
Oh, yeah.
Now, I want to take you back, Joseph, to GCSE English. That was quite a long time ago, but did you study Macbeth?
Yeah, I've just clocked, yeah.
Yeah,
You said
she's
GCSE.
Lady Macbeth. She's the manipulator. Paul's the Macbeth. Obviously, they're not in a relationship, but,
No, but that's weird because we touched on that earlier.
that
with
weird
the
little-
weird relationship.
Mm.
The fact that it's based on that makes it a bit weirder because that's typically a partner thing, isn't it? That dynamic. Yeah, she is literally just Lady Macbeth.
she's the
isn't
one. She's planting and scheming, and she's feeling no remorse. Like Paul struggles a bit like Macbeth struggles, but he ultimately still does it.
she? Yeah.
But she's just from the get-go.
Oh my god, yeah.
No, it's time to.
I never clocked that until you literally said GCSE English. It hit me. I was like, oh my god.
It's just like that. Oh, she's absolutely evil. Probably it might be. It's one of my favourite scenes anyway, so it relates to kind of what you said anyway. But when she just, it's at the start of the film, and it's that inner monologue of when she's talking to the baby, which was such a nice addition because how weird it made me feel and creepy.
Yeah, man. Yeah, whatever.
And
Man.
especially with the camera angles of the fetus, and it was slowly growing.
Yeah, it's when the baby went blue because of the poison, and the baby's eyes went blue. I swear.
Mm-hmm.
Which I don't know if that's.
Maybe that's why it can speak, because it's been gifted the water of life.
I swear it could speak before.
Yeah, but I don't think. I think
Yeah,
that
it
was
was
just
like
a
a
connection.
mental. Yeah.
It might be. It might
Okay.
not. Could be waffling.
We could probably Google that, but we won't. Let
We
us know in the
won't.
comments.
Yeah, we'll put another bloody poll out.
Is this true? So yeah, that's
Yeah, and when she's just I'll paraphrase it, but it's like, we need to take them one by one. We'll start with the weakest. The ones that fear us, we'll make them all believe. Like the way, and then when he rides the worm, and she's like with all the sisters, and she's like speaking their language, fully tatted up. Like, would the Shah Halud not know who the Lisan Al Gaib was? Surely this is a sign.
Yeah.
Spread the word, sisters.
Yeah, that scene was good. I like that. Do you know what they reminded me of? And it's probably because they're heavily influenced by the same thing. You know the Promethean people in Doctor Who? The stone. Do you know that woman who's made out of stone? The sisterhood.
Oh, the sister. On the Fires of Pompeii.
Yeah, that one.
Yes.
They remind me of them. I know that's because they're influenced by the same thing.
Yeah, that's a good reference.
But like, it's cool vibes.
Oh yeah, good.
Cool
Spot
vibes.
on there, mate.
Cheers, pal. Cheers, pal. Cheers,
But
pal.
yeah, like, even the bits at like the start of the film, you know, when she watches them all bury the bodies and stuff like that. She's like, because of her training and her political entire life being towards politics, she's just constantly studying the Fremen. Like, she feels nothing towards these people. They are a tool to get revenge.
Yeah. Whereas I think Paul
Actually wanted to.
Yeah, he's part in, part out. Whereas
Yeah.
I think Jessica, full gone, mate.
Yeah.
Full blown psychopath.
And like that scene, your favourite scene, when she just is mid dialogue and then just quickly looks down to the baby and goes quiet. That's so creepy.
Yeah.
I can't. It just made me feel wrong.
Oh, which is, should we say that? Spoiler.
Go on.
Spoiler. So I just remember the baby's Anna Taylor-Joy.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Cool.
Good for her.
Shout out. We like.
See you
Anna.
in the next one.
We love Anna.
We do.
Seriously
actress.
though, go watch Norseman.
Yeah, go watch anything she's in. She's actually quite a talented actress.
Not The Witch though. That's awful. Isn't
Dead. Don't
it?
like
Dead
it. I don't like
movie.
it.
Sorry, Harry.
Aster.
But that's not the one for me.
It's not the one. Sorry. I saw the vision, but
Much like Paul.
Yeah, exactly. It just wasn't one that we went with.
Yeah.
Should we speak about actually? Yeah, because with Shani. I want to go into Shani, but that bit with the
Zendaya?
water, where they're taking the water out, it's quite. I don't know what the rating for this film is. It goes a bit deep. Like even when he's like stabbing the people, like slits the throat.
I think it's a 15, 12A.
Something like that.
That's actually that scene where they extract the water from the worm is fucking elite.
Yes.
I love how it just wraps round her. I also thought that when it was in the water and she drowned it, I thought that looks a bit like an umbilical cord and a water birth, because obviously Thingy's pregnant, so
and it is the maker.
There.
It is the maker.
Yeah, is there something there? You know what I mean?
Probably is, mate. Ooh, good.
Jessica's actually slowly killing the baby.
Ooh.
Not on maybe some sort of, not literally poison, but like she's setting in a course of actions.
Yeah.
Which will get her killed or something. I don't know. It just looked like
fascinating.
that for me.
Like I felt like in the first one, you felt like her connection between her and Paul, but she seemed so estranged.
I felt that.
What's going on?
I thought I took that as a negative, but now I've just clocked that might have been intentional.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's really good performance.
Yeah, she felt separate to the entire film.
She was just on her own.
Yeah, she was on
a grand set.
She was somehow more separate to the movie than Florence Pugh,
who was in like I
who's
agree.
in like 3-4 scenes. Do you know what I mean? And Jessica's the main character's mum. She's not.
One thing I do like is to do with Shani. Obviously, the water thing is crazy, especially when they were strapped in the water and the guy was still alive, and she just pushed the hand away.
That is crazy.
I was like, this is a different game. This is a different film. This wasn't in the first one.
No, because I got that vibe in the first one.
Did you?
Yeah.
Okay, fair.
I think it's because I think my thing is there was less emphasis put on the harshness of Arrakis. You know what I mean?
This is true. But then they've already established that.
Yeah,
like,
I've been deep in that. Yeah.
You don't want to just keep.
But I need it.
But I want it.
No, seriously, I want it.
So Shani was amazing.
Was that Zendaya?
Yeah. They really built on her and made her her own character. I like that.
I don't think
they're not. It's not a mass. Like everyone just believes in the listen. I'll go. There's like separate parts where like this doesn't actually make sense, which I feel like is a more accurate thing. And like not every sector of one religion believes the exact same thing.
Yeah. Like we're not going there.
And that's
You've
not
got like
book.
Catholics and Protestants.
You can say it, mate.
No, I can't.
No.
Different sectors.
Yeah, I
the
like
same
the
religion,
different
don't think
sectors.
the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that is fire. That is fire.
I like it. It's like I feel she was the emotional core of this film.
Much like Kong in Godzilla vs Kong.
Elaborate on that.
No, we're
Can
not.
you?
We're not.
I want to talk about good things.
Yes, please. No, I thought she was really good. Good performance. I did. We'll get into the things. I've fallen for it again already.
Yeah.
You said she was her own character. I sort of felt like her whole character was like fancying Paul. And I get that there's the whole thing of her not agreeing with the whole Messiah thing. But I felt like the majority of her character was set towards Paul, if that makes sense.
I think that ties towards her love for her culture, but she's not. Everything she's doing isn't for Paul. Like she's doing this for her people. Like she says, I'm not fighting for him.
Yeah, see, I get all that, but it just felt different. Although I will point out the final scene, another thing we discussed earlier, where she walks off because he leaves her ass for a white girl. Yeah. Shout out Kanye. And I was like, oh, she's annoyed that she's been ditched and he's going to marry someone and whatnot. Yeah. But it wasn't that. It was partly.
But this outsider's come in and taken over her entire culture.
Yeah, and it's just that signified his commitment to doing that, to like complete. It sort of felt like we could stop. I guess that's the whole point of the movie. Yeah. Like at any point, if we stop now, it won't get there. Yeah. But that was the point where it's gone there. Yeah. There's no going back from it now type vibe.
True.
So she was gone, man. And I like that, and especially the different way of viewing it, that it's not just a love thing. Yeah. I sort of appreciate it a bit more now.
Yeah, and like the fact that she's the opening for the first film, it's her narration.
Yep.
And then this one...
It's Florence.
It is, but she's the end, where it's just her like emotional reaction to the Holy War.
Yeah, she's not a fan.
You know what? I am like, while I've been doing this, I've been trying to rack my brain on my favourite scene.
Okay.
And I'll be honest with you guys, I'll probably have to give it in another episode because it'll come to me because I'll say something, I'll be like, no.
Well, what is it now?
It's the scene with Jamis.
Give us a little recap, mate.
It's before he takes the water of... Oh, actually, I've just remembered what my... there's two. So Jamis is the guy he kills at the start of the first film. At the end of the first film, the Fremen. But because he still sees him in visions and stuff.
Is that the guy he still sees?
Yeah.
Is that the guy that in the first one he saw him teaching the ways, but then it turned out it didn't happen like that because he killed him?
But it also did happen, but it was just a different way of it happening, yeah.
Okay.
Because when he sees Shani, when they desert walk together, it's Janice's voice at first.
Right.
It's like, oh, you're in a hallucination.
Okay.
But no, but there's that bit where he's like, goes to the rock by himself and it's like, show me the way, Janice. And you get like a similar vision to when he showed him the ways of the desert in the first one.
Yeah.
It's like, that's such a nice little callback. Speaking of a nice little callback, I recognise your footsteps, old man.
That was fire.
That was nice.
Another thing, because I'll forget.
Yeah.
So you know what? When see, I've already forgotten.
Do you want me to?
No, the is it Jamis?
Yes.
The vision about him teaching him, but then it happens differently, but it's still taught him. Mm-hmm. So you know how Rebecca Big Rebex?
Yeah.
She survives the poison thing as it was written. But in actuality, that's just because she knows how to poison, transmute, or whatever. Mm. But that still means she's survived it, doesn't it, though? Mm-hmm. Do you get what I mean? I like that.
Yeah.
I like, because that seems to be a recurring theme, that it's not how it seems type vibe. It's not fully... I like it.
I agree.
It's cool showing it like that.
Yeah, actually.
It's not... He's seeing it, but he's not. It's clever, man. I appreciate that from them.
And then so my favourite scene is when he... Oh, it's so cool.
Okay.
I felt like you, mate, watching the Guardians of the Galaxy 3 villain when he was like, hold on, he's kind of
cooked here.
When he walked in and they told him to fight Stilgar, he's like, why would I do something so stupid? Would you smash a knife before a fight? Mm. And then he gets up and he's like, he's speaking in the Fremen language. None of you have any right to challenge me. The entire room just sits up and he just starts going... Look, the line, your grandmother's foretold of my coming.
That is cold.
That's actually insane.
Yeah.
And then he just crouches down, stares at one of just the men who are looking at him. He's like, but you think you could have a go, don't you? Then he just reveals all his life's trauma. Comes up to him, and then he bands down worshipping, does it again, and it's just when he gets everyone in, he puts the father's ring back on that he took off at the start of the film.
Yeah.
And he's like, this is who I am. Long live the fighters. We're going to go. It's so good.
It is fire.
And then just for like epic moments, the scene where the 3 sandworms come out.
Yeah,
and they just charge them.
Can you explain to me the logistics behind that one shot of Paul walking with a sandworm behind him? Because like they don't have control over the sandworms like that.
So I was thinking about that earlier today. I was like, so that was it. I would assume that's how he got there to the big meeting.
Yeah, but how's he ahead of the sandworm?
I would if he's got off the sandworm, he knows the sandworm's still in the thingy. I was thinking, do a desert walk somewhere, put the thumper down, and then just walk to the thing. It'll be distracted by the thumper. So when it came up, in my mind, that was it, just attacking the thumper. Something like that.
I thought it was semi-implied that like that was some level of. I guess it's sort of imagery-wise did show some level of mastery of you know like the Fremen ways and whatnot. Like he's actually. It did
look cool.
He has reached Super Saiyan.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
I'll get him to a negative, actually, mate.
Okay, do you not want to hear my favourite scene?
You've already given it.
I want my favourite scene.
Oh, right, sorry,
that's just a scene I really liked.
Sorry, mate.
To be fair, this isn't my
Let's get on to a negative, your favourite scene.
It is a negative, actually. Oh, okay. In the universe. I think this scene did a better job at establishing how fucking mental Austin Butler's character was. What's his name?
Fade Raid.
Him. Austin Butler's character. It's where with the ship, they blast up the Fremen place.
Yes,
you know,
that
the
was
temple
good.
with the waters of life and that. Which what was it, like 90? And so many enough
of
water to like start the...
Yeah.
Because that's what Stilgar was talking... There'll be a green paradise at some point. Mm-hmm. This is the...
No, not anymore.
No, because I got that, genuinely.
I saw you do it. Yeah. I saw you put your hand
mate, and then I sort of looked at so many other people were just like, brother.
Because obviously...
It's happened again.
What?
The thing's fallen off, mate.
Don't let it, mate. But like that is actually like in terms of, you know, like, because obviously different cultures have different burial things.
Yeah.
That's a nice sentiment. You extract their water and you just put it in a nice little pool. It's like, this is where all our dead lie. That's nice.
Yeah.
Shame it's gone. Actually buried in rock.
Even if it's not gone, it's corrupted.
Yeah.
There's the dirt and that, because you can pick the big bits out, but all the fine sediment, mate, that's corrupted.
It's going to be eroding.
It's
eroding over time.
It's unpure. That is that for me when Austin Butler's on smoke.
Yeah, he's
but
actually,
why didn't Dave Bautista do that?
Because he's just not that smart. He's just a big brute.
I'm sorry, but just blasting it's not that clever, is it? I thought Dave Bautista was a bit too clever and thought, oh no, maybe this has caused so much of a negative reaction. We can go about what we want to do without going that far.
But they weren't bombing a base. He just thought, I'll bomb rocks because surely there'll be some in these rocks.
Okay.
It was just a genuine bargain. It was just go to the nearest cliff and just bomb it.
Right. Is that actually?
Yeah, that's what I got from it. Because how else would they know they were here? But he was just like,
yeah, fair.
I mean, even if they're not in here, we're just gonna give them less places to hide.
Yeah, but I enjoyed it though.
But yeah, one of my my complaints are, for me, I feel they wasted Bautista. Like everyone was talking about his performance, but no, actually, this was part of the promo as well. But it's just like, you didn't give him enough. The only good scene was when he.
Oh, say the same thing as me. Go on, man.
Where he's shouting for Muad'Dib, and he sees him walking, and he just starts running, and that's like, in terms of showing fear, he's just like,
that was
fuck
good.
this.
Not
what were you
going to
say?
It's the scene where I think it's right at the beginning, he starts smashing that guy's head. He just has a level of intensity. I think it's quite hard to match.
Because I liked that scene, but do you know when they're in the ship and he just snaps the guy's neck? That essentially just is narratively has the same purpose of the smashing scene.
Yeah.
They just did that the same twice. I was like, we're not idiots. We get the Harkonnens are brutal.
Yeah, no, that's true. I will say, though, the head smashing scene came first.
That's what I mean. So
I thought it was more effective as well. Even if it came second, I would have still preferred it, I think.
Yeah.
Whereas I think the head snap didn't fit, really. It felt a bit too calm.
And they did it when Fade was in control of the ship and he just slashed the guy's neck. I was like, okay, but this is the same thing now. I get it. These guys are weird and
I've
fucked
got a big
up.
issue with Fade. So we're going to hype him up.
Yeah.
What he normally does is fight 3 drugged up dudes. That's not impressive.
I agree.
I'm not even impressed even if it was 3 non-drugged up people. It's not impressive.
But I think, that for him was just a showboat thing. That wasn't his normal fighting tactics.
Do you not think?
No, that was just because they said it was just like, oh, this is just a ceremony.
Yeah. Okay, fair enough.
Because he was happy when you think about when he wasn't drugged.
Well, no, he also thought he was trying to kill him.
Oh, which is also a normal thing to think, but he was just like,
yeah,
well, I'll take my shield off.
Yeah, that was cool. That's another negative, mate.
Go on.
What happened to the shields, mate?
I knew you were going to bring this up.
I'm annoyed. I thought they were cool.
They were cool.
What's up
the Fremen don't have the shields, so you can't use them. So that's when the laser guns are effective, only on Arrakis. And that's why when they're going to go off in the Messiah, they're going to get the technology from Paul's world, and the Fremen are then going to have armour and shields.
So we're getting back to the shields.
We're getting back to the shields. But you can use guns on Arrakis because you can't use the shields or it attracts the worms. But you can use this laser gun.
Yeah, okay, yeah. I find it a bit weird that you do all the thing about how the shields have affected, like, sculpted the way of fighting and whatnot, or the way of fighting and blah, 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 blah. And then for the entirety of the second movie, for it to be pointless. Because even in the one scene that it is in, it just takes it off anyway. Do you kind of get what I mean? They have it, they show it. Nah,
But I get why it's not there.
Yeah, if it plays a big enough part in the second one, the third one, I'll be all right.
I'd say it will.
I thought it was. Do you know how you get hyped about like the Fremen riding the worm and all? There's the little things that are cool.
Yeah.
I thought the shielding.
Yeah.
I thought that was probably the coolest thing. Do you know, like in terms of weird Dune lore stuff?
Yeah.
I really liked that. That made me happy.
Yeah, I like it.
Shame it's gone.
It's not. It was only gone for this,
Yeah, I get why, but
and I do like that idea of as the enemies are getting more primitive in terms of how much technology they are. You need more advanced weaponry to fight them on this planet. You need guns now instead of swords, even though the enemies are getting more primitive and less technology.
Yeah, true. I also another thing I don't get. So where do the Fremen make all their clothes and that?
What do you mean?
Do you know, like all their suits and that? Do you know, like the ones?
Well,
that
you've seen how many of them. They'll have all that
in
the Seachers, mate.
Yeah. We've seen the greenhouse.
Yeah.
But I personally, I've not seen alt from the Fremen that imply that level of technology. Like how you got
the thumpers are theirs and stuff. Like they are.
Where's that come from? Like the shelf for that, that holds all the components. How have they made that?
Because, well, a lot of them do go off-world or are in the city. Like that, the Doctor in the first one was also Fremen, so they have access. Like, they are aware of the other worlds. Like, they're aware of Bene Gesserit politics,
so
which is like...
Did they get, like, a bunch imported?
Probably. Or steal from the Harkonnens.
Yeah, but like the exclusive, like the Thumpers are just a Fremen thing now.
Yeah, but the material used to make it might not be.
Yeah, but then where are they making it? That's what they've
not
shown us all. But like they've not shown us all.
Yeah, but there's only so much you can do in terms of the.
I'm sorry we get it. I'm just saying this was a big part of the Dune dream that was sold to me. Dennis even thought about how the worms would move in the sand, but you've not thought about how they'll intertwine leather. Where's the leather come from?
Yeah, but you've got to think of this, because actually I was speaking about my Aunt Kay about this.
Okay.
And when we were speaking about how the stuff with the Doctor should have been in the first thing.
Yeah.
It was like, because she was listening to a podcast where they were interviewing some of the people on the film. Mm-hmm. It was like how that just wouldn't work in a screenplay, and it just made the script more convoluted and it wouldn't flow. Like if you add the scene of all this going on and then it's just but yeah, anyway, this is how they make their suits. It's not necessarily. It does need to be cut.
See,
but they might have filmed. Like there's a lot of stuff they filmed. Like they filmed some of the Doctor stuff in the first film, but it just had to be cut for time. Because sometimes it just doesn't work in an edit.
I do see that, but do you get where I'm coming from?
But I get it. But then that's the beauty. That's the beauty of the books. You don't have to cut all this stuff. But it just can't work.
That's what I mean when I think Dune is like Dennis has done a fantastic job, but like ultimately, you're not gonna. He can capture this specific story, but like the whole Dune as an entity, I don't think he can capture that.
If it captures the message and the main events, that's all that matters. Like even in Lord of the Rings, you're not going to see how the hobbits live every single day.
But would you argue that's not part of what makes Lord of the Rings Lord of the Rings? Like the movies are really good.
You can capture it, but it just not as for a long amount of time. But the 20-minute opening for Lord of the Rings is enough. I mean, it's got one of the most iconic soundtracks, so it's worked.
It's subjective as well, isn't it?
True.
I just like stuff.
Meticulous. You like meticulous stuff.
I like stuff, mate. Show me what. I would have just taken a room in the background somewhere.
Or like even like, how much do you know about the working of Gringotts Bank in Harry Potter compared to how much is written about it in the books and the politics of the goblins? But have you ever been bothered about that in the film?
Oh, that's a fair point. No, but I am for Dune because that's what the Dune dream was, mate. The Dune black pill, the Dune pill.
Yeah, but I'd say they're the same thing.
Yeah, I mean you got to pick and choose which stuff you get.
Do you think you'd like Harry Potter right now if you watch it for the first time, knowing if it had its reputation? You wouldn't be like, well, it's good, but like it's not Elder Scrolls lore, is it?
Harry Potter still never had the Dune thing where people are like, he's thought about the flaps. Do you know what I mean? That's true.
That's true. He's a better writer than that woman.
Yeah, but it's that big conversation. Yeah, she is, and he's also not transphobic.
Yes, she is. Whoa.
Yeah, he is.
What was that, Joseph?
And he's also not transphobic.
Yeah.
But it's the conversation we've had multiple times, and it's gone on really long each time. Quantity versus quality. God of War versus Skyrim. But it's that thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Where the stuff that they've done really. But like, all the fringe stuff is so flat to me, and I need the fringe stuff. I'd take it all medium instead of high and low, personally.
But is that not then master of all things? No, what?
Jack of all trades, master of none. Yeah, but that's personally that's just what I prefer.
think what settled it. The difference is when we were having one of the first conversations, and it was like the law serves the story, not the story serves the law.
Yeah,
which is the latter is more. For like Elder Scrolls.
Yeah, in Elder Scrolls, the stories exist within the world, but in like
it's there to build the lore.
Yeah, but then in Dune and that, the world is there to help the story.
Yeah.
Which whatever.
Like I think like the idea of the Dragonborn would have come way before the thought. Like, what are we trying to tell here? Like, is there a message here?
Oh yeah.
Like, we're just, but cool dragon guy.
That is how I think as well, though, with things.
Just a different way, but
preference. That's what
things I didn't like, and I wasn't happy with these.
More things, fucking hell. How long were we in?
So obviously, Batista. Don't worry about that. Batista wasn't given enough, but then again, the character, like you could argue, he just played the character how he was, just a mindless brute.
Yeah, is the character even that big of a deal? Like, how much page
Not
time
not
does the
that,
character
not a
have?
lot, and he is just an absolute monk.
It's a weird thing, because obviously we discussed it with Oscar Isaac. It's weird that Bro came in for one film. Like, and I get that that's what happens. You're playing the character, but it's just weird because we're not used to
And
that.
then as well, like what I was just saying, because I was like, oh, I feel like we didn't see enough of him. They probably filmed a lot of stuff, but there's only so much you can fit in.
Yeah.
The Emperor,
Christopher Walken.
wasn't in it enough to like have a presence. I feel like there could have been a good few more scenes with him.
Yeah,
Just that him plotting some stuff or him talking with the Bene Gesserit woman.
He
showed up and he was passive in everything.
He felt less of a thing than Harken, the main guy. Do you know what I
would
mean?
agree.
Of
But I think
like
the thing with the Harkonnen is he is actually so much, because he's obviously so big, he can't actually fight. He has to use his mind. The Emperor is just not as in control. Like, it's the Bene Gesserit controlling.
Thing he says, I think it's Florence Pugh says, he just sort of goes where the power is.
Yeah.
He's not a... I guess that's sort of like a representation of real life leaders.
Because
They're
like
all
even
just
then,
slimy little rats
Duke
for their own
Leto,
self-interest, aren't they?
like he's related to Oscar Isaac's character, but he kills him because he's like, this makes more sense for my power.
Yeah. Whereas Christopher, he don't want to like. He seems like he don't want to step on any toes. Do you know? He don't want to affect any possible future relations.
He doesn't command it. Like, he doesn't command the space. But then again, that's what they could have been going for. And
Yeah,
I was just expecting like a Star Wars Emperor.
Yeah.
But then that's not who he is.
Yeah.
But I just wish he had more screen time, especially.
Good actor. Well.
Yeah, it's Christopher Walken, but I don't feel like I saw him do anything.
No, literally.
Like, no.
No, literally. Do you know? No, never mind. It's not. But do you know what it for some reason reminded me of?
Go on.
What's his name? Is it Jeff Goldblum?
Yeah.
Guardians.
Yeah.
No,
Ragnarok. Yeah.
It's like.
No, but I'd say he gets more.
No, that's yeah. Like I remember more from that.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Than Christopher Walken in Dune. That there equals something not being.
But
right
then, maybe because I was going in expecting more. Maybe if I go in watching it now, just knowing, okay, this is the story.
I think Florence was definitely the driver of that part
of
the
that
story.
narrative.
Yeah. So
that's she was the setup.
Maybe that's sort of the thing. The Emperor's more just
he's a placeholder while they're training her.
It's Mr. Jellybean, King Jellybean. The image is better than.
That's
probably what it is. Yeah. Because we've done it.
Because it's just the way of not. I think his name's like Shaman. I don't know his name.
Yeah.
But like, if you said that or the Emperor's coming, there's a different.
Yeah. But then it's actually not all that.
And I wasn't happy with how they killed off important characters.
Ooh.
I just didn't find it satisfying how Paul killed the Baron.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted him to at least reveal. Maybe he got it anyway. But like the shot when he's like lying out with the.
He did say for my father.
Oh, did he?
Yeah,
I missed that. But then again, he could have just.
They definitely knew it was Paul.
Okay. I feel like there could have been a better death there for him than just.
Okay.
And with Batista, I get that Gurney's obviously a much better fighter. Just draw it out there, like fucking slice the guy's leg, slice his arm. It was just a very quick.
We're about the third fight.
No, the Batista.
Oh yeah, no, I didn't like that fight. I didn't like the third fight either. But
I have a lot of thoughts on the third fight.
What's the thing you were just discussing before that? The deaths.
Yeah.
The Waters in Mars lady.
Yeah.
Her death.
Yeah.
In the first one.
Yeah.
Is the level of how death should be, I think.
In terms of dramatics and stuff.
Yeah, in terms
when
of
you're
like
killing the Baron, who has been like the real villain between these two.
I think that's the other thing as well that I clocked. That may be. I think. For me, looking back on it, that scene was the moment where I realised shit's big now.
Yeah.
So like what felt like the entire point of these last two movies was thrown away as simple as Bro walked in, stabbed a man who was already dying, then left. I think that represented very well for me, like I
agree.
The jump in, like yesterday's business is nothing to tomorrow's.
Yeah,
you
like
know
the Baron's cool, but I've moved on now.
Yeah, that sort of thing.
I get that.
Like he had to just get this done.
Yeah.
Before he could do the real shit. So I liked it.
Yeah, that works.
Do you want to get into the third fight?
I do, mate.
Cliche.
What do you mean?
Oh, we're going to do the classic, I've been stabbed, but I've also stabbed you.
But that worked when you think about the training fight in the first film. So that shows he learned. Because when he's fighting Gurney, and he's like, I've got you. And he's like, yeah, you have, but you've sacrificed yourself.
Shit, yeah.
And he stabs him in the same place.
Yeah, but that's such a cliche thing in it.
But then,
Just in general.
but was it a cliche before?
Yeah, but now you can change how it kills
Yeah, but
someone,
I'd keep it. I'd keep. I'm not too sure.
I don't think that's necessary.
So I think everything leading up to the death, like when they're like building up, and when he doesn't mock it. Everyone thinks he mocks it. I think he's just admiring it when he's like, "May thy knife chip and shot." You know, when he repeats it. But then it
fade.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think because the established area in the movie is highly driven by honour and stuff.
Yeah, and he's like, oh, okay.
Yeah, that's honourable.
I've never heard this before.
Yeah.
Like, if he survived, he's using that.
That's his tagline. He's getting that copyrighted.
Yeah, I made this up. You know, it just came to me when I...
He's telling the story.
But I thought, because when it did that and he said that, and I like how Paul got in a stance, he didn't, because he's just an... raw, brutal animal ready to go at any point. He literally just pounced like a snake.
Yeah.
But the music just cuts out.
Yeah, I like that.
It was very fast. Like the fight itself, I thought was choreographed and done, edited really well.
Yeah.
In terms of like you felt just how quick it was, and
I did enjoy that. I like the break in the middle of it as well.
Yeah. When he's like looking,
started...
and I like how he didn't bite. Like when he said that, he didn't rush at him. He was just like,
I'm kind of glad. I like that.
Come on.
I really like that because that would have been really cliche.
Yeah.
It's like, pick on anyone but my girl type beat. And it's like,
just
fuck off. He's like, no.
He's just genuinely just like, I'm focused on the fight.
Yeah, if anything, you've given me a second to get up here. Cheers, pal.
Yeah, and he beats his chest like he did, like Jamis did when Paul fought Jamis.
Fire.
He's truly become a Fremen at that point.
That's fire. Could you argue that bit where he calls out Zendaya because he sees Paul looking at Zendaya? Could you mirror that to Paul calling out the people in that scene you spoke about, where it's like, your fucking grandma was missing a tooth, Paul?
I think that's more just because he was just like, oh, pet women, I like sex too.
Oh,
I've got pets.
Yeah, fair enough. He does. No. I don't even like that much.
Yeah, like, you're so happy like you're fighting me. I don't think about you whatsoever, Paul.
Yeah, you're a stepping stone for me.
Yeah, just come here.
Yeah, I'm going on loan right now. I'll be back.
So like, how did he kill him then? He just drove the knife into him without him realising?
Yeah, because Paul got stabbed.
Yeah.
But then he'd also stabbed him in a worse place.
Yeah.
And then he'd not realised till they conveniently say something that implies.
Oh.
And
I like that.
It's just been done so much.
I just didn't. I was so unsure. I thought, when he grabs it, I thought he'd pulled it down.
Yeah.
And stabbed him without him realising. I was just like, how's the fuck? Well, that's not possible, is it?
Second blade or something.
Right, okay.
But it's just been done so much in other forms of media.
Yeah.
But it's just like a trope in it now.
Yeah.
It's just something that continually happens because it's...
I wish, the stuff you were talking about with Fade when he's bombarding them, I wanted a bit more of just seeing Fade in the field on his own.
Yeah, I did not get the level.
I'll say something. When they built up Fade, that whole segment is probably the best in this film, filmmaking wise. Like, when he's just walking through the bridge and there's those weird little fireworks going off. Some of the stuff is like...
Them fireworks were sick as fuck.
They looked cool. Like, the city looked cool.
Fun fact, you already know, but that's just how the planet looks because of the sun.
Yeah.
It's cool, that, isn't it?
And those guys in, like, the black gimp suits?
Yeah, with
when they were, like, you could just see them in the back, like, crawling round.
Yeah, I thought that's what we were going to fight. And I was like, that's sick.
That. They were just weird little guys. Respect to them.
Yeah. And who, like, stabbed people.
I like how he was annoyed when they got involved in the fight.
Yeah, there was a few bits.
I'm fighting here.
Yeah, another bit I really liked with him, I think it's, in the room, like the first scene you see him, and he's just like walking, he just goes, just for like no reason.
Yes, yeah.
It's like, what is bro on?
They do a really good job in building up the weird Harkonnens. When he just gets the blade, it's the slit throat one's okay, but it's when he just like shanks it and then just does it again.
I like that one.
That makes me feel. And then it cuts to like the other servant maid just shitting herself.
Yeah,
because the only reason she survived is she was just stood further back than her friends.
Yeah. If she was not holding the tray.
And then you've got the weird little goblin people the darlings who he likes to feed to. What's that all about? Weird little guys. And then when you're introduced to the Baron, and like it's Rafa, isn't it? Batista's character is waiting outside. You just hear the screaming.
Yeah, and then
you walk in and like even he, like as nuts as he is like, that's a bit weird, mate, isn't it?
Yeah. So does Harkin have that in him then?
He got that dog in him.
If he can move around that quickly.
Yeah.
Fat guy.
Yeah, he's just a weird little freak, isn't he?
Fat man. What a film.
Big guy as well, to be fair to him.
Yeah, rather large. His name's not Billy.
And I was so happy that I was just like, I want this gravity thing to get taken off him so he just collapses. It made me happy just seeing the guy just...
Well, think about that. His lungs were probably like being crushed because he's so heavy.
Under the weight,
Yeah.
Just...
Bro's an IRL blobfish.
And I was thinking as well, I was just like, when I was doing the first episode, I forgot to mention, I was like, why aren't they doing the... why is this gravity stuff not there all the time? And I'm glad that some of the soldiers actually have it when it's necessary. In terms of like environment. I liked that. I liked that a lot.
Speaking of that gravity thing, is it the floaty stuff that?
Yeah.
One thing I noticed, the sand, it's just the water. Like, do you know when they went up, when he said like climb?
Yeah.
It reminded me of people. Do you know when they're scuba diving and they use like the reefs to like just boost? Do you know what I mean?
Ooh.
And then you got the I believe it's the Fremen with the little snorkels they have under the water. Under the sand, literal snorkels, mate.
And Arrakis used to be a water planet. It used to be all water.
Yeah, the worms. Could you not argue they just swim through the sand?
Yeah.
You get what I mean?
That is cool. What it is. Yeah.
Yeah. I just really enjoyed that.
Okay,
imagery.
Okay, Frank.
He had a vision.
Fair play to Denis as well. Like it's that, and we should get onto I think the cinematography. Greg Fraser. Yeah, so like it's probably his best work. He did the Batman and stuff like that. Rogue One. He's done a lot of big like things that are known for. Like,
Batman.
The recent one. The cinematography. You know, when him going through the river.
He did the cinematography.
Yeah.
For the Batman.
Yeah.
I don't get that.
Greg Fraser. Not Denis. Yeah.
So the guy who did the cinematography for this, did the cinematography for Batman. I was going to say, why is Denis, a full-blown director,
just gone, I'm not going to direct the Batman.
It's going to be like a side piece to Matt Reeves.
No, but that does actually frame it as if cinematographer's less.
Yeah, but you get what I mean.
Yeah. It's not taking the big one.
Yeah, okay.
But the cinematography in this is probably some of the best I've ever seen.
Do you know what I loved about... I've noticed it more in the beginning of the movie. A lot of the shots, they were so simple. There was like 2 or 3 things in the entire shot.
There's not just a lot being thrown at you.
Yeah,
it's
it's
just
like rock, sky, sand, maybe a person, maybe a silhouette.
Even if it's a pretty looking shot, or it's like a big scale thing, you know where they're trying to get you to specifically look.
Yeah.
Art, like, I like that.
Yeah, I noticed that with, I think it was Paul walking across the dunes. It's when he's running to get to the sandworm, in the sandworm riding scene, and he's all the way
the bit
left.
you were talking about.
Yeah, and he's just all the way up in the left, small, and it's like, what?
And it's stuff like that. I was like, because that's a bit, he went the wrong way. That's just so like, I like stuff like that. And like God of War does it, where like he kills a dragon and the mouth's coming at him, and he just adjusts himself so he doesn't get hit. But it's just like a little, it's just like something everyone would have to do. Like
I like it.
Paul didn't get it right straight away. He was like, this way, that way.
Yeah.
Because realistically, if that's, it's not going to come straight, is it? It's going to be like, so you can have to...
it's going to move, and he's just got it wrong, but he's readjusted.
My favourite, one thing I really liked, when it was the woman walking, it was like, I see a woman in the south who causes all this stabbing, and then there was that person...
one repeated shot of the guy just...
But it was like a weird mouth, and it was like, it made me feel really wrong.
Yeah,
I loved it.
That though. I loved it.
It was like Uncanny Valley. It was like, it's real, but it's not.
Yeah,
I liked it a lot.
It had that, like, why is his mouth so big?
Yeah, but massive.
Yeah, why is his cheekbones look like that?
Yeah.
I'm talking to you, Austin Butler. Bro's got fucking daggers at the side of his face.
Mate, that segment as well was so good. The soundtrack as well, especially when there's like fade, Rafa.
Yeah.
Because like a lot of the stuff he's focused on this is like Hans Zimmer. I was watching him speak about his process for Dune compared to the others. It's like all these big epics and fantasy stuff don't touch in the weirdness of it and the use of sound rather than like big massive orchestra
music.
Yeah. Because a lot of the stuff is just that weird choir or the drums, not like crazy like classical opera.
Yeah.
It's just
weird.
Sounds. Because even though it sounds like big orchestra, it's just all built around them just chanting "Fade Rafa."
Yeah.
And just loud sounds.
No, I do agree. No, I agree.
It's a lot of like, and I think that helps. With the scale. That shot of the arena, the triangle.
Yeah.
That stuff felt like all the stuff on that planet felt big to me.
Yeah, no, I agree.
And one thing I was thinking about earlier, and I don't know if there was a reason for it, but we didn't see much of the capital of the Emperor's planet outside of the garden.
Mm-hmm.
They must have done that on purpose. Maybe they're saving it.
Maybe it's not all...
Like they've not designed it, or maybe they were just like, because they're doing all these big scale stuff. I was like, what if we just show Because maybe the Emperor, I doubt he leaves his little palace.
Yeah,
that
like
much.
he lives in a bubble. Realistically, doesn't he? He doesn't fucking go to Sainsbury's.
Because she's like young and full of more ambition. She's like, have you considered that Paul might be alive or there might be something else going on? And he's like, yeah, man. How would
He's
you?
just happy to be cruising.
How would you deal with it? Yeah, that sounds good. We should do that.
Well,
anyway, let's play chess.
The Bene
Jesuit, yeah.
Genesect. Shout out Gen 5. Well, he just lets them make decisions, doesn't he?
Yeah.
So like he's just vibing.
Because like even if he says no, they'll just be like, do it.
Do you reckon that's why they cast Christopher Walken?
Might be. Do
you know? Because like
he's quite a passive. He's not like physically imposing. He's just an old man.
Frail old man. Don't speak particularly loud.
You know, when he's telling the Baron off, then I'm like, okay. But not because he's like physically strong, but I feel like if you just speak wrong to him, he'll just be like, right, kill him then.
Yeah, but that don't feel... In a world where there's people who could actually kill you, where people tell people to kill you, don't feel as scary to me.
It's true.
Like we've seen literal trained killers, but then there's a guy who just tells someone to do something.
True.
That's not...
True.
And I don't know. I figured out one of my issues with the scale.
Yeah.
One of my favourite bits of scale was a lot of the like... I don't know what the word is. Do you know, like the Imperial stuff? You know, where you've got other people in the formations. The scene that springs to mind is when those geezers come to sign a letter and then leave.
Yeah.
And the whole thing for that, that vibe felt missing from this film.
I would say that vibe was nearly captured when the Emperor's ship comes down.
Well, no, because that was in a bit more of an offensive way. It didn't have that. Do you know that like
the stillness of it.
Yeah, like the grandiose and all that bollocks.
I would agree. Yeah, I would agree. I'd say
that
was. I mean, in the sense of because I agree, but that was probably the closest we got.
Yeah, for me, it might have been. It was just the shot of all of them coming and just knowing that the other house, the great houses are there. That was cool. I just like the great house thing, and maybe that vibe. I like. I'm not a big fan of like the Southern Tribe are a bit more extreme. That doesn't scream to me as much.
The Gurney Halleck stuff, Josh Brolin.
I didn't like how, again, his character felt a bit too casual for me, a bit too comedic.
His really. I can't think of much comedy apart from that one man with Stilgar.
I don't know. It was just the vibe. It didn't feel.
I feel like the only problem is that
like that first scene we seen him straight out of Black Ops 2. Bro, straight come from Nam. He's talking to the pilot guys. He's climbing out. It felt different. It might just because he's Josh Brolin.
That is how the first film was going to open. It was going to be Duncan landing in one of those suits onto the planet. The bit where he's playing the balisette, that's like a big part of his character.
Yeah, it's become sort of like an inside joke.
Yeah, like why did you cut it from the first film? Because he can actually play it as well. It's a weird, like Josh Brolin plays that, and it's just like.
Is it a character thing, like in universe?
Yeah, in the character, okay, because have you noticed as well? He just says loads of, especially in the first one, he just said like random bits of poetry.
Yeah,
that's a character thing as well. Like the guy's just a massive trained nutter.
Yeah,
that's why
I wasn't a particular fan of his character this movie.
He was no, for me he was just okay, but I know like he's got so much potential, and I was like, okay.
I really liked him in the first one though.
What I would have done, I was thinking about this. Show more of him in that battle in the first one, so it builds up to then when we see him doing the pirate stuff. It's not, it's this guy. It's like, okay.
It felt a bit
carrying on this.
It felt a bit too chirpy, like for what he is.
But I feel like because he's been through so much now, he's just like, okay, cool.
Yeah, but I don't. Like, do you know?
I agree. I think.
Do you know what it gave me vibes of? You know, like the character he plays in Deadpool. Like he just sort of felt like a cool action guy in this. Rather than a guy with like,
they
sort of had it a bit in this one where I was like, that's for like the Duke and all that sort of thing. But he didn't have that.
There was some like good, but you know when he meets Paul and then they're going through the caves, and I like how he's just because he's so trained with combat and he's been in situations like he's instantly not as intimidated by the Fremen. He's just talking to Paul. He's like, "Why are you so scared about this prophet thing?
That's what I mean.
Use it."
Yeah, that felt a bit too, you know, like the classic American in a situation, like he's way too loud and I'm not. He felt like that for me. He just felt obnoxious.
That might just be his character, to be fair.
I think but I didn't. It didn't come across like
it's
that.
It's more
in the
like just
one.
like a Rebecca, Jessica, played by Rebecca Ferguson. It's just they're just constantly thinking. They're not thinking like humans in the sense of. But Paul's getting there, but he's just like, but we can still.
Yeah, I don't know. He felt a bit
weird. But I agree.
Me.
I would have done him better. But it's that. I will say, just for anyone still here, that's a minor. But I was just like, I would have done that a bit different.
Yeah.
But it's not like that important to the film.
With how much there is, some things are going to be done wrong.
So the final act, the battle.
Oh, God, yeah. Which isn't really a final act or battle.
No. And a bit of me was annoyed at this, and I've been thinking about it a lot, but I know a big part of Dune is, 'cause especially in the book, it's just not about the action, it's about the people and the politics and what leads to the big battles, rather than...
the actual big battles.
Because this one has more than the events of the book. We just get told about it. But I feel like we got enough, like the bits we got, like we did obviously you got the bit with the worms, where they're just... That's just like these fucking massive Imperial guys coming from the capital, and then just 3 worms come charging at you.
Yeah.
And there's just nothing you can do. But I feel like they should have showed them... Cause it showed bits of them destroying the big metal structures. Show me more of it.
Yeah,
it was the same bit with Oppenheimer. Just show me... Give me like
more.
5 seconds more. 5 seconds.
Yeah, it was they left a bit too much to the imagination.
Like when Shani, the big little one shot, but also paralleled... the vision Tim had. That bit, amazing.
Yeah.
But then it cuts, and then the next scene is the bit where he comes in and kills the Baron.
Yeah.
Just give me a 5 minute battle sequence.
Yeah, I
agree. It doesn't have to
agree.
be a massive Lord of the Rings 50-minute battle sequence, because that's not what Dune's about. Give me a bit.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I agree.
Because when it showed the bit where Josh Brolin was going through everyone, I was like, that's sick.
I didn't like it.
You didn't like it?
No,
How come?
Filmed horribly. Not a fan.
What, or the...
Too much shit going on. And I could tell it was very... like them hidden cuts and what... It felt a bit too, like, covering up for me. Like, the things in the foreground.
It would have worked, again, if there was just more leading up to it. I was just like,
I think just the very way it was shot was naff.
It was unique, I'll give it that. It was unique.
I felt like there was people pushing wooden things, like wooden cardboard cutouts, and he was like, it didn't feel like he was actually moving and doing things.
True.
I think it's because most of the other fights, I don't think it's happened yet, but the Fade one, that does happen. And then the Zendaya bit you were talking about, we sort of go through the fight. Whereas this, it's trying to tell us that it's really busy and compact, but somehow the camera, what we're viewing, is completely still and fine and not affected. So it didn't feel good, mate. Didn't feel good for me. Wasn't a fan.
That sounds like I'm hating on the battle sequence. I loved it. Just that, there should have been more.
Yeah, again, it might lead into that thing of...
Let it breathe.
Like the Harken death, because it's the same sequence in it. The sort of like, what you thought was a big deal actually is not a big deal type vibe.
Yeah, like, I know it's not about the battles, or maybe that's just a part of me and with modern cinema just expecting the big battle. But I feel like they built up to it quite well. Yeah, but I was like, I'm invested in this. I want to see them... Because, like, the whole thing about this, like what I was telling you last time, I know the first film did it a bit, but, like, the Sardaukar being, like, the elite ones, and now they're coming against other elite fighters, which they're not used to. Well, I would have gone into that. I would have showed it being a bit of an equal fight. I'd tell you what I did like. Do you know the bit where they attack this is, like, near the start of the film, the mining thing? Like, and it's them working together with a rocket launcher. Like, that shot where it's panning, and it just shows them running out the water, and you, like, follow them. Not water, sand, and you just follow them quickly. That establishes, these guys are good.
Yeah.
I liked that.
Yeah. No, sorry, I like that entire scene. To be fair.
Yeah, that actually might be one of the best.
Thinking about
in terms of action.
Like the elephant from Halo.
Yeah.
Because you always drive that around on sand as well, don't you? And that's just what it reminds me of, and that's a cool vibe for me. I felt this was Halo Wars.
Like action like girl. Take out the scarab, take out the big mining thing. Yeah,
it felt like Halo Wars. We were about to run into some flood. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Cool, I like that vibe.
Got 2 more questions to ask you, mate.
Oh, go on, hit me.
Well, one's also kind of aimed at me, but 2, because I was really impressed by it. Have your opinions on Timothy changed?
He's quite good.
I would say this was a really good performance.
He's quite good, yeah, he's alright, yeah, he's good.
Like, especially the bit after he drinks the water of life, he becomes like really good. The most satisfying bit is when he just shouts silence at that rat. When she's like, "Consider what you're about to do. Fuck off."
Who's that to?
The old woman, the Gom Jabbar woman.
Oh yeah.
And he's just like shouts, "Shut up."
Yeah.
That's like a thing where it's just like with the Baron, like you're not in my world. Like shut up.
Like lad says, levels. To quote P Money.
Quote it.
No. Today's price is different.
And there's a bit in the first film when they're doing the Gom Jabbar and he's like shows money. It shows pain.
Yeah.
And she just goes silence. And so he clearly took that personally.
Yeah. Ooh.
And it's the fact that she's the Reverend Mother of the. Obviously, she gets usurped by Jessica. I liked their little where she's just like side eyeing, like, yeah, I'm the shit.
Bombastic. I regret that, but I enjoyed that little thing as well.
And he uses the voice on her, and it blurs her back, and she's like the master of it.
Yeah, there is.
That's when she's like, okay, yeah, we fucked up here. Like,
yeah, there's a lot of.
He's the Antichrist.
There's a lot of subtle milestones in like power. It's not like always beat up this really large thing. It's like he's just made someone fall back a bit, which normally
is just nothing.
Yeah, but for what that represents,
like
big deal.
The bit in Order of the Phoenix, when Umbridge is trying to exclude the teacher, and all that happens is Dumbledore just opens the door, walks up, and goes, "Nah."
Nah,
and
you can sack
back.
them, but
that's one of the most okay, yeah, you don't. That's one of the most bit where you're like, yeah, this guy's got power.
That might be the greatest scene in cinema.
That's what I mean. Like, essentially, just nothing.
It wasn't the power, because ultimately he didn't. She left. It was that he cares. He's about that life.
But no, but it's like if it was anyone else, but it was the fact that it was like,
what a scene.
I have the control here. If I want her to go, she can go. But the offer's here to stay.
What a scene.
And that was like the same sort of, like, he's not just like lifting her up and shocking her.
Yeah,
he's just shut up, and she's just like.
But then, much like that, I need the firestorm.
There's a balance.
I need the water.
But I feel like we got that when he like fucking launched the nuke, and he's just staring at it. But he did that. It was him who got the nukes. It was him.
No, he knows he was born into a family that had him, and then he luckily
found Albus
someone.
was born into a family with powerful magic. Do you know what I mean?
No, but then he mastered the Elder Wand. That
and
takes individual skill.
He mastered the voice, mate.
Yeah, Fez. But that's not used that much. But you get what I mean?
Yeah.
I need that act of, an individual act of absolutely decimating something.
I liked how sparingly the voice was used here. In terms of, like, when it's used, you're like, oh, okay. Especially when
a couple times
Jessica uses it.
A couple times legitimate made me jump out my seat.
Yeah. Because it's just like, she'll be speaking and then she won't get what she wanted, so she'll be like, let him. Okay.
Yep.
Sorry.
Will do.
It's like when you're having a joke with like your teacher, and then they're like instantly get right. Can you get on with your work now, please? Is that right? Sorry.
You know the funny meme that's a bit old, where it's like you tag someone and then they change and you're like, stop! I don't want to play this game.
So has it changed, mate?
Yeah, he's a good actor.
I'll accept it.
Good actor. I need a bit more though. I need it.
Yeah, same sort of compliments as well to like the first one in terms of the costume designs, all that sort of stuff.
Again, I didn't feel the same in this.
Even with Jessica's, I think Jessica's outfits in this one nuts.
Again, that sort of thing of like, give me another example.
Florence's outfits.
Another. You get what I mean? Like the first one had so many.
Fades.
What outfit? Bro was just.
No, the armor. The armor's like a cool thing. Oh, and the Baron had some different ones that.
Yeah,
like,
but you get what I mean. Like
fit his physique.
Like the first one, you get them people with like the weird raincoats, the like domes over robes.
The weird gimp guys.
No, they were cool, but it didn't. But that's because we're already semi into this universe now. You don't need to establish all these cool different outfits like the first one.
But I think you can still give credit to it.
It was
like
good. It was good, but like
give it props.
It wasn't the same as the first. The ones that they did do though were quality. Like all the
Jessica's were
Fremen suits. The Jessica things were cool. No, it was good, but the first one for me was just the amount of variation in it, insane.
I was going to say, like, I was going to ask you this, but I can't. But I was just thinking of, because it's been hyped up around the Two Towers, The Empire Strikes Back, and I've been thinking about this constantly.
It reminded me a lot of the Two Towers.
I get the Two Towers. I get like 100%. At this point, do I think it's better than either of them? Mm-hmm. Again, it's very, because I've seen those movies a lot.
You have got to factor in childhood as well,
and
the nostalgia tax,
and that I've not just like, and it's been like, it has just been less than 24 hours at this point. Yeah. So my opinion might change. At this moment, there were parts where I was like, this is better. Mm-hmm. I don't think it's better on a whole as them, but it's in the same conversation.
Yeah, it's very good. Is it better than Avatar: Way of the Water?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd say that quite confidently.
I prefer the final fight scene in Avatar: Way of the Water, but whatever. Avatar's actually really good, and I hate the fact that people are dunking on it now.
Yeah, they've been dunking on it since the first one.
Grow up, it's fucking quality.
I know, mate. But
it's unironically quality. Maybe
I gave up on this fight long ago.
It doesn't have a. Do you know what Dune has? It has a bit of that like pretentious swagger. But Avatar doesn't. Avatar's just looked at as this like uber commercial. It's fucking fire.
Yeah.
Just 'cause it wasn't based off a book. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't have that.
No, it is good.
Swag.
It is amazing.
It's fire. Grow up. Watch Avatar Way of the Water. It's a banger.
Also watch Dune Part Two.
No, honestly, watch Avatar Way of the Water. Ooh, opposites.
Oh, Way of the Water, Way of the Desert.
When's the collaboration movie happening?
Come on.
Dune x Avatar. The new Empire.
So we've probably just seen one of the biggest.
A bit of history.
Yeah, like this will be, like it's the way like people talk about Lord of the Rings. They'll be like, "Oh, do you remember when the Dune trilogy came out?"
Yeah. Well,
we were literally here.
Unfortunately, this will not be the same because of the time. Same with Star Wars. It won't.
Just work. But in terms of like quality,
the ones who know.
So. Yeah, the one. If you know, you know.
Yeah.
So we've actually been part of history in a sense.
Yeah, we're the front page.
We are we pushed it as well.
Yeah,
we've been there. We've done it. This is a big film. It's probably one of the biggest blockbusters we'll do in terms of that'll also be of quality because obviously we're going to do Godzilla vs Kong, but there's levels.
I liked Dave Bautista's outfits.
Yeah.
In terms of anything to talk about,
like a big blockbuster. This has actually got something going on as well.
That's what I mean. It's got that pretentious swagger.
Like there's actually been a directorial vision.
Yeah, it is kind of also just a good action movie.
Yeah.
Same as Avatar.
Like, the dads will love this.
Do you think it's particularly better directorially than Avatar?
I'd say they're on equal. Like
okay.
Either are.
Okay.
Both have. I think some have things better than others. I think, like this is more stylized. I think James Cameron's just more let it just get on the screen, which works for the stuff he does, especially for like when you're doing underwater stuff and you just flow in.
He does it all. I'd say his stuff is fairly stylized. Why is that then? Why don't it have that? Because with just Wait and Stick Live Hand, that pretentious swagger Dune has, like it's for some reason it's stylized, and I get that it is, but like, why isn't Avatar?
Just a different interpretation. Yeah, another poll.
This is more than a poll.
Yeah. Send us. You know the email. The email will be down there as well.
Out? Like why? Because I'm going to backtrack on what I said, but it does feel really commercial. Avatar. It doesn't have that swagger that Dune has.
I'm not sure, mate. Actually, let me think on that.
Yeah. Feels a bit too Avengers-y.
So this has been a long one, but we knew it would be. Not as long as the film, so count your blessings.
It could easily have been.
I wish it was. Give me an extended cut, jokes. I'll never do it. We'll move on.
Definitely serious the director's cut.
I meant for the film, but if you guys want to get on Patreon, we can see what we can do.
By that, it'll just be the unedited version.
Maybe
we couldn't do that. No. I said that in the first episode, mate. Go check it out if you haven't.
Yeah, Insidious the Red Door, episode 1. Believe it or not.
I meant the first episode of the Dune.
Oh, so the previous episode.
Yeah, but I forgot what it was. You've just said it. You fucker.
Well, they'll be able to rewind.
You fucker.
Well, there's just no need. We've had a lovely conversation.
Kieran, mate, I need to know.
Well, I want to wrap it up, mate, to be fair. It's 8 o'clock.
Yeah, no, so do I, mate.
Anyway, guys.
Nah, you
I've been Madeeb.
And I've been Stilgar.
Good one, mate. We didn't even speak about Stilgar.
Honestly...
Biggest glazer ever.
Honestly, you would have heard enough about him.
Yeah, if you're online, you've seen him.
I said it in the first one. No, I've forgotten. I said it in the first one about Summer. The director's cut. I said it in the first episode. We need the director's cut of Dune.
Give me a 4-hour, please.
But like, if there's not been one about the first Dune, I doubt there'll be one about the second Dune.
Yeah.
So that's unfortunate. Anyway, we've been definitely serious.
Yeah. Apologies for the long length. Probably, maybe... You're
not even here.
You might not even be here. Or just break it into 2. Do you know what I mean?
3.
Ration it throughout the week.
How to watch the Dune Definitely
Serious podcast
as a mini-series.
Yeah.
Have you seen that tweet about Dune? How to watch it as a mini-series?
No, that makes me angry. We'll talk about that on the next episode.
Yeah.
I've been Kieran.
I've been Joe.
And this has been...
Definitely Serious.
Morning.
Hi.